I've personally discovered for myself that my needs are always met. Hey, Cleo, you want to go outside? What's he? Okay. Why are you screaming at me? I'm about to let you go. Oh, you got excited. You wasn't screaming at me. I get what you're saying. Want me to go with you? I gotta put on my shoes and stuff, though, girl. I think we about to go outside. You want to go out together? Oh. I'm confused, babe. Because you had me open the door like you want to go outside. And we're out here, babe. But it's giving... I'm just standing in the doorway, girl. What do I look like, a legua? You gotta be just in the crossroads. Come on. Yeah. 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 Say hey to the people. Hey, yeah. You just love me so much. You've been a homebody ever since I moved in. You've been a homebody ever since I moved in, girl. Your father is always like... Your father, you know what? The reason why, you got to blame your daddy. You got to blame your daddy for your changed personality. And you know why? It's because of the simple fact that he kept saying, watch you move in and she going to fall in love with you more than she love me. Well, first of all, sir, you already know that everybody loves me more than they love everybody. Bitch, people love me more than they love their mama. Okay? People love me more than they love their mama. Anyway, bitch. I have learned that you gotta be willing to allow yourself to be in need. Okay? I told God recently, I said, God, give me a reason to need an assistant. Give me a reason to need to put on a festival. God, give me a reason to need money. I said, God, give me a reason to need these things. Because I know, God, my needs are always met. It's 3:45 on my clock, and I just confirmation burped. I said, God, give me a reason to need these things. I said, God, you told me my needs are always met. So if my needs are always met, then my needs are met. So give it to me. Give it to me. And so God said, okay, right? Next thing I know, 2 days later, I get a download, boom. Don't do a 12-hour live, do a 24-hour live. Fill up the whole 24 hours. Boom. Fill up the whole 24 hours. And I'm like, okay. And as I started doing that, all these healers started getting real hype. Wanting to be a part. All of that. Oh, bitch. Bet. Period. Then next thing you know, we're talking about money. Then people were like, okay, well, what do we want to get paid? And I was like, oh, that's on you. You got to tell me what you want to get paid. We could have the conversation, but I need you to give me a number. You got to start off somewhere. What are we starting off with? Well, what is it? If there's no budget, what do you want? And it's like, oh shit. And it's like, what you want? Wait, bitch, what you mean? Like I said, what you want? What you want? What you want? Because that's how God treats me. God's like, what you want? What do you want? I'll tell you if it's a mess. But what you want? What do you want? I'll tell you whether or not that's something you're going to want to go do. Because sometimes what you got to do to get what you want is just sit the fuck down. Sometimes what you got to do to get what you want is to stretch your body. Sometimes what you got to do to get what you want is to take a nap. Sometimes what you got to do to get what you want is to just breathe, take a shit, take a shower, sit down, watch TV, have a cocktail. And then the dogs start barking. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really that simple. But you got to let yourself be in need. Some of y'all be wanting to work. I'll work, I'll make it happen. I'll work, I'll make it happen. I already know that you're willing to be a slave, girl. Your ancestors are up here with me. Bitch, mine too. Shit, get over it. Okay, fuck. We healing. We're healing. That was a long time ago, babe. I'm not holding on to that. I'm not holding on to that, babe. I got shit to do. I got shit to do, bitch, and I'm cute. I got shit to do, bitch, and I'm cute, bitch. I got shit to do, and I'm cute. So, it is what it is. And God just keeps telling me, you can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. I'm just telling you, don't expect it to just only come like this or for it to come specifically this way at this time and just what you want. Okay, cool. Now keep living. Now keep living, though. Now can you keep living, though? Now can you keep living, though? I told God to give me a reason for all of these things. Now I got an assistant. The assistant I have is fire. Amazing. She's been brilliant. She's just like me. She don't sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and she's sending me lists of healers. These are people who are interested. Check them out. Let me know what you want to do. This is what they want to like. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm kind of sleepy. And I'm like, ooh, I'm getting a little tired, bitch. I don't remember the last time I was sleepy, bitch. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm in the position where I can be sleepy, where I can be tired. And today I even slept. I slept today till like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We thought I was going to be up at 6, something like that, but I slept, bitch. Even my assistant slept. She was like, bitch, me too. She was like, I feel like Spirit was just saying, she got 3 kids. So she was like, I feel like shit, Spirit just said, take that little nap. But then I realized that I'm in the position where I can take a nap because I have help. You get what I'm saying? It's just, you got to be willing to put yourself in a position where you're like, oh my God, I feel overwhelmed. Oh my God, I feel overwhelmed. That means I need help. That means that help is here for me. Oh God, I'm ready for my help. And then help shows up. I wouldn't be surprised if her daddy walked in the door. Okay, he didn't. It's probably what you looking for. You looking for your father? He next door at the house, girl. He doing his business over there. He gonna be over here in a minute. I know. Cleo, I'm discerning my intuition on what it is that you're meaning, but I don't feel, Cleo, that I understand. I speak a little bit of meow, girl, but I'm only on like chapter 2 of the Duolingo. Okay? So, I don't know what that means. I love that you're wagging your tail, though, so I know you're excited. You could feel him, girl. You could feel him. Me too. Okay, but what I'm getting at, y'all, is 1, we're having fun together. 2, I've discovered that every time I've needed something, my needs were always met. The amount of times in the last 3 years where I didn't book my Airbnb until 6 o'clock in the evening. I didn't book my Airbnb until 11:59 p.m. I remember there was one day I was in Miami, bitch, and I was like working all day. I was like, fuck, these hotels are mad expensive, blah, 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 blah. And God just said, sit down, sit down. God said, go to this hotel. And I walked in the lobby and I just sat there. 11:59 rolled around. God said, okay, now look up the prices for this place on an Airbnb. And I was like, it's a hotel. God said, just look. And so I looked. Bitch, I booked the motherfucking Airbnb within like 2-3 minutes. And the guy at the front desk was like, oh, wow, you booked that just in the nick of time. Wow. He was like, you got a really good rate. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, shout out to the City Girls and them. Well, it's not the City Girls, I guess technically. That's Santana. Saucy girl. Saucy in Young Miami. And so there were moments where like my rent's due today. And then today I make $10.50. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, God has put me in so many positions where I've been like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And God said, every time you think about what am I going to do? What am I going to do? When you need to do something, I always pull up. Like, why do you keep pretending like I'm not going to show up? Like, what's tea? And so I feel like if you're a person who's watching me right now and you've been stressing about money, the reason why I'm telling you to not stress about the money, about them, like you could feel stressed, but I'm telling you the reason why I'm telling you to not stress about it. You could feel stressed, but you don't need to be stressing. You know when you feel stressed and you're like, oh, and then you go, oh, I'm stressing. Immediately, you know what emotion it is. Or when you say, oh, I'm stressed, then stop. Then be like, oh, let me feel that energy, but let me not stress about the thing. Because I don't need to stress about that. Like, that's stupid. Relax. Just fucking sit down and relax. You got to sit down and relax. A lot of the things, and I get it. I'm coming from a perspective of a girl who's had money. I'm coming from the perspective of a girl who's had experiences. So I get it. I get when you're someone who maybe has not had those things. So I get my privileges. I understand my privileges. And I'm still telling you, as a person who has had those privileges, you're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything. Like deadass. Deadass, you're not missing out on anything. Born and raised, South Central LA. Okay? Music industry, entertainment industry. Trust me, you're not missing out on a motherfucking thing. Guarantee you. All you really got to do is pay attention. They'll tell you. Listen to the music they make and the movies they make. They'll tell you. You're not missing out on anything. Be where you're at. Appreciate where you're at and understand your needs are always met. Sit down.